A test match victory for our team at Lords is absolutely special for us cricket fans. We are going to talk all about it here at Time Out with Sports Adda. Well, Arun, we thought India were favorites. We knew that we had a good chance to win at Lords, but still, the emotional feeling as a cricket fan to experience that victory is just a special feeling, isn't it?
It's a special feeling, Akhil. Absolutely right. This is Test match cricket at its classical best. For a second, you were talking to your friend, you were talking to people watching the Test match, and then you didn't know which way the result was going. For a second, you thought England would hang on. Then you thought India will win. Earlier in the day, you thought, oh God, India might lose this test. So the emotions just kept going up and down, and brilliant Test match, absolutely brilliant.
I mean, usually, this year has been like since the Australia tour. If you see the Indian team's performances in overseas wins, we've had special ones after the disaster at Adelaide, Melbourne, then Brisbane, then Sydney, that superb drop that we had. Now this one. So, I mean, we spoke also on one of the episodes, Arun, that this Indian team wants to leave a stamp of authority going and winning overseas. So there seems to be a very positive intent towards that, and I'm sure Virat Kohli and the team management will be really happy with this performance, where nobody would have imagined that the team would win on the fifth day, and then to win so beautifully. I mean, this the spirits would certainly go very high.
I mean, this win almost didn't come, did it? When Rishabh Pant got out on the early on day five, you thought this Test match is slipping away. But then who put the Test match back on track? Shami and Bumrah. Uh, who saw that partnership coming? Really, I mean, what were the odds of that partnership happening? That brilliant partnership happening? I think the odds were zero. But then that's the beauty of cricket. I think Joe Root lost it briefly, lost his concentration briefly, and England have paid for it with the Test match. Let's look at the result. Let's look at what happened in the Test match before we can talk more about it, Akhil. It's
Yeah,
only fair that we look at what's happened across the 5 days. Put into bat went India.
losing the toss again.
Yeah. It seems to be the norm. There's a lot of coincidences, symmetry with regards to the series. Akhil, we'll talk about it more in detail. But lost the toss, put into bat. 364 riding on KL Rahul's very well compiled 129. England fought back again, riding on Joe Root's shoulders, single-handed effort. I think that 140 had 180 had class written all over it. And then India's
Yeah.
second innings, 298 for 8. You see Ajinkya Rahane is named there, but there are 3, 4 other names missing. We'll talk about them. We've got to speak about Pujara. We've got to talk about the two fast bowlers' efforts. And then England were blown away. I think England just didn't stand a chance. I think they were still recovering from what happened a few hours earlier.
Yeah, I think they were shocked. I don't think they expected this kind of a fight back from the Indian tailenders. And when Bumrah and Anderson were going, and Anderson said something to him back after the end of day's play, you could just sense that the Indian team was fired up. And I actually messaged Bumrah's team, the team who works with Jasprit Bumrah. I messaged them saying that they've riled up the wrong guy, because Jasprit Bumrah is such a quiet, such a simple guy. He doesn't mess around. He doesn't talk too much. And when you like rile up such people, it's gonna be a
Uh,
dangerous effect.
you pay for it. You absolutely pay for it. Yeah. You
And I
don't
mean,
rub people like Bumrah the wrong way. Like it's like if I were to draw a parallel, and I don't think it's right, but I will still draw a parallel. It's like Sir Curtly Ambrose, the quiet fast bowler, will not speak a word, unless necessary. But when you fire him up, you pay for it. And Australia learnt of it a few times.
absolutely, that's the example that was in my head also, when probably you ask somebody like an Ambrose to take off your armbands, or you provoke him. That's usually the result that teams found out. And I mean, Bumrah is a champion in my view. The way he stuck for India whenever we needed a wicket yesterday, absolute champion. The wickets don't show yesterday, Arun. He doesn't have a 5 wicket haul or a 10 wicket haul, but the way he ran in, it was priceless. The pressure was there all the time on the batsman, and outstanding. I mean, I don't have
Since,
words
since
to
you men-
express.
since you mentioned a five for Akhil, here's what I want to say. I remember one former cricketer speaking about Ashwin not picking up a five for overseas. Those are man-made statistics. You should not judge a player by five fours or hundreds. Show me one person who will not count the wickets taken by the Indian Pacers yesterday as valuable. Five fours do not matter, Akhil. I'm a statistician, I'm a data person, but I will put it on record here. Five fours are only a man-made statistic. Same with hundreds. We celebrate hundred. Yes, it's a good milestone, but tell me, even a one run that Shami scored yesterday is not worth significance. Come on, those runs were as valuable as gold.
Absolutely as valuable as gold. And I mean, the team will be especially happy, Arun, that they are not relying on any one person to win you games now. You pick Ishan Sharma over Shardul Thakur. He delivers for you. Even the way that he stood up in the beginning before Bumrah and Shami started, he got some valuable runs there. Stayed there at the wicket. So small contributions by everyone. It's like a miracle. These are the kind of victories that teams must be dreaming for.
Yeah. If we can go back to that scorecard summary again for a brief bit, Akhil, I just want to look at that and find out the number of different names you've got against India. So in the first inning you've got KL Rahul, in the second
Hmm.
innings you've got Siraj, in the third in the last innings you've got Siraj, and you've got Ajinkya Rahane. So you've got three different names there already, or four different names there already, three different names actually. So
Yeah.
yeah, now coming out of it, there were so many players who played their part, like you mentioned. I mean, every fast bowler played his part. Then there was obviously
Openers.
uh, yeah,
KL
Virat Kohli
Rahul
for a
was
brief bit. Yeah, Virat Kohli for a brief bit. Pujara then. Don't underestimate and don't ignore what Rishabh Pant did with the gloves too.
it was difficult to keep. And also,
Yeah,
you'll see Ravinder Jadeja has not picked up a wicket, Arun, but he got 40 runs
yeah.
in the first innings. When those
Look at
40
that. So
runs,
we've already counted about seven names out of 11, I think. And if we look at the scorecard in detail, I'm sure we'll be able to pick out three, four more names, the remaining three, four. But the complete test match for India. I want to look at what the fast bowlers have done, Akhil. This has been a test match of India's fast bowlers. So I've just got the small list. Look at what's happened here. Uh, Ishant
nice.
Sharma, 24 runs in the test match, five wickets, five important wickets, right? Shami,
Yeah,
56 runs in the test match, three wickets. But relentless the number of times he beat the bat, I couldn't keep count of it. Bumrah
yeah,
again, 34 priceless runs, three wickets only. But each of those three wickets were very important. Mohammad Siraj, nothing with the bat, but eight wickets against the name. So every fast bowler, he might not have set the stage on fire, but he did his job to the team. This is what teams want. Minor
total team
contributions.
total team contribution. Uh, one of the pleasing aspects also for me, Arun, was the appreciation for Test cricket from the crowd there. I mean, Pujara he didn't score 100, but he batted for 100 balls. He batted for 200 balls, and you could see the response that the crowd was there, respecting a gentleman who was putting a price on his wicket. So. Amazing, right? Like these are nuances of Test cricket that we as cricket fans love to see. Old school Pujara kind of batting, docket batting. We love to see that.
First run of the 35th delivery, was it? I think there was something on the giant screen, wasn't it? And then people started clapping.
I mean, I was there in Johannesburg, Arun, when we won. I was there at the ground, and I think he got his first run on the 50th ball or something. And again,
51st
I
ball or
had
something,
also
yeah.
stood up and clapped there. So it's becoming like a tradition where now Cheteshwar Pujara, people are also recognizing that this guy can bat for long, and it's useful for the team.
you hit the nail on the head here. That was exactly what I was coming up to next. People talk about Pujara's strike rate. It's been spoken about in circles. But listen, in the context of India's second innings at Lords, in the Test match itself, what is the longest partnership in the Test match? It might not have converted to runs, but Pujara and Rahane were involved in a partnership of 297 balls, nearly 50 overs.
Wow.
Now, that obviously also meant a few runs, may not have been, at a strike rate of 60, 70 or whatever. Even if it was a partnership of 50, 60, 70, they soaked up time, which A meant England didn't have the time, to get those runs later. But it also meant India had some sort of a target set. No, they knew it gave the tail, the lower order batsman, as Bishop would say, the chance to go out and play their strokes. So that partnership, we will talk about all the partnerships in the test. So Pujara Rahane 297 balls, Rohit Rahul in India's first innings 263 balls, Rohit and Bairstow in England's first innings 227, Rahul Kohli in India's first innings 208. Burns and Root 164 in England's first innings, and then Shami and Bumrah 120 balls undefeated. So if you look at the list, 1, 2, 3, 4, out of the top 6 lengthy participants, India had 4, and that's where India won the Test match quite convincingly. They had enough on the board.
They had enough on the board and brilliant, brilliant. I mean, superb performance. While we speak about, there will be a lot of analysis of what happens with the Indian team. They have a break now where they'll recoup. What happens to the England team, Arun? They have multitude of problems. Joe Root and Anderson are carrying the team on their shoulders. There is no sign of any other batsman standing up and showing the resolve to actually fight it out there. Obviously, it's not easy. This Indian attack is a top quality attack. But what do England do now? I mean, they have it's a proud home record that they have against the Indian team. They will want to make some changes and try and figure what they can do.
Let's be honest. I think England are riding on Joe Root alone on the batting side of things. I don't think there's anybody else of that quality, and I don't see anybody else of that quality or even a lesser quality, slightly lesser quality in county cricket. I think the batsmanship standards have dropped drastically in county cricket, and we're not making this judgment on the basis of this series alone. We've seen English cricket for the last 2 3 years, and uh, I fear for them in Test cricket. On the bowling side of things, I think they're still okay. I still think while Anderson's still keeping the pressure on, and he's the leader of the pack, I think they're okay because there's Robinson who's done fairly well, who's been among the wickets. Mark Wood will keep running in. I don't know what his shoulder injury, what will happen to his shoulder in the coming days. But they've got replacements. But the batting's a big worry, and I don't see them. I mean, there was so much riding on Haseeb Hamid. They brought him in uh, on the weight of runs, but he was really a fish out of water. Didn't belong there. No technique. I don't know if it was a stage or if it was just an Indian attack. He just wasn't there. Not for me.
Absolutely. Again, Virat Kohli at the post-match conference said that this is just one win. There are three more test matches to go. 2014, if you remember, similar thing happened where India won the second test match. You're leading one up in the series, and then the tide completely changed. I'm not saying that is going to happen. That England cricket team
Yeah.
was far superior. This Indian team is ruthless. But I'm sure now Virat Kohli wants to go and, like, rain permitting, win all the next three matches. That's the aggressive intent that he has. So not much hope for England going ahead unless they find some huge players to come and score runs, isn't it?
No, what are the three venues we've got left, Akhil? Where we've got the Oval,
Headingley,
we've got Headingley, yeah.
and there will be Trent Bridge, I guess.
No, Trent Bridge is the first test. Let me just quickly look up the schedule. Uh,
Next match is at
Manchester,
Headingley.
Headingley, Old Trafford, and Oval. Is it? Is that right?
Headingley Oval and then Manchester, the last match.
Correct. So England only realistic chance for me, Akhil, uh, I think would be Manchester. I don't see them. I mean, I know cricket's a funny game, we, but but I don't see England winning at Leeds or at the Oval. I think Oval will be a dull draw. At least on reputation, it should be a dull draw. Uh, by which time I don't know if India are able to, like I mentioned earlier, Akhil. I think the team that wins takes the lead will win the series. So I'm still counting on India to win the series. If they win one more at Leeds, it could be 2-0, and then not happening for England. They don't have what's needed to win a test match right now. Not
Yeah.
on the basis of what we've seen. So I don't see England coming back. But we've got to talk about Lords for one more time. We spoke about this at the start of the before the Lords test. The second time coming to Lords has always been lucky, hasn't it? Now we have compiled India's results at Lords every second time we visited. This makes you feel happy, doesn't it? So start with 86. We won at Lords for the first time. 90 we lost. 96 we drew. 2002 we lost. 2007 we drew. 2011 we lost. 2014 we won. 2018 we lost, and 2021 again. We won't talk about the next tour, but for the moment, let's celebrate the 21 win and the fact
Yeah.
that every alternate tour has been a good time for us.
Absolutely. I mean, these are victories that the team will really cherish. This core group has been together since say 2012, 2013, where this core group has started coming together. This is most of them are on their third tour to England. This is the second victory for them also as a group here at Lords. While they will celebrate, Arun, in their mind they are all experienced cricketers. They know what mistake happened in 2014. Too much celebrations maybe and allowing England to come back in the series. There is no way that this team is going to relax. They will probably take a break for 2 3 days, spend time with family, and they will come back with a positive intent. If they win the toss next time and they want to get a 500 score and shut England out of the series. So I'm really looking forward to the next Test match. We both agree it's India favorites for the series,
Look
red
at what
ball.
the test match done to me. This is my way of celebrating. I've been walking around with a red ball all morning.
You remember Alan Border used to have that worry ball in his hand when he was as a captain. He used to have a ball in his hand that he used to call as a worry ball, which he used to keep fielding around because he used to get very nervous. So that's your worry
No,
ball.
no, yeah, no. This is not my worry ball. This is just what the Indian fast bowlers have done to me, given me a reason to celebrate.
Okay, fantastic as usual. Great talking. We'll be back talking a lot about cricket and the series and how England will cope up for the next match and what are the chances that both the teams have. Well, we're cricket fans. We love to talk about cricket and we love to talk more about how cricket fans experience watching cricket. So thanks so much again at Time Out with Sports Adda.